marquee, and the show's about to start, and these dudes are nervous. Let's see how they handle it. But before we do that, we're going to throw it over to Joe Test at Madison Square Garden.
Thank you very much, Timmy. You're dealing with 25 pounds of bronze there. That's the Heisman Trophy. We're dealing with solid gold here at MSG because for the first time in boxing history, two guys who have each won 2 Olympic gold medalists are now meeting up as pro boxers with a world championship on the line. Guillermo Rigondeaux is sensational, Cuban-style fighter. He is undefeated, but Vasily Lomachenko is the champ, and many believe he is the most skilled fighter on earth. He says he's not just fighting to defend the belt, he is fighting to be called the greatest of all time. And there are many believers, many who have bought in very early on. You're talking about somebody who has already set history with Lomachenko. Fastest to win a world title. Fastest to become a 2-division champion. This is a wildly intriguing stylistic matchup between the counterpuncher and the guy is sublimely skilled. And Zubin, there is something about a world championship fight at Madison Square Garden. It just feels different, and it will be after the Heisman tonight.
The world's most famous arena with the world's greatest boxers. Tonight at midnight after the fight is over, what the Yankees and Stanton are getting with each other. Plus the risks of drafting Baker, who's probably going to take home 25 pounds of bronze tonight, and the Cavs looking to bounce back after their 13-game win streak was snapped last night. I have a feeling, Billy Sims, clear your throat. The loudest, biggest, roarest Boomer Sooner is coming tonight. The Heisman Trophy ceremony presented by Nissan is next, live from New York. Have a good night.
There is no place like this place, this city at night. Especially when that night is infused with the extra sparkle of the holidays and the smiles on the faces of college football's brightest stars.
Jackson digs right straight ahead, one man to beat, touchdown Lamar Jackson.
Rice right side.
Love struck for the 3rd time tonight.
Baker's got it. He's going to throw it wide open. It's a touchdown!
All season long, they have been compared, contrasted, and measured against one another. Mark Twain once said, "Make your mark in New York, and you are a made man." Tonight, from the PlayStation Theater, one of them will have his name changed for the rest of his life. He will be forever introduced as Heisman Trophy winner. He is born. And now, your host, Chris Fowler.
Well, thank you, and welcome to a winter wonderland in New York City on the city's busiest weekend of the year. Seems like most of the 5 million holiday visitors are in Times Square tonight. It's Heisman Trophy night in the heart of the theater district. And you got 3 finalists who have performed beautifully and theatrically this season. Last year's winner, Lamar Jackson of Louisville, his 2nd visit to New York City. He might be the wardrobe winner tonight. Bryce Love continues the Stanford Cardinal tradition of Heisman contenders, powered to almost 2,000 yards this season. And welcome inside the PlayStation Theater, folks. We could not be more proud at ESPN to bring the Heisman Trophy presentation presented by Nissan for the 24th season. This really is a celebration of the sport and the Heisman Trophy's place in it. And these Heisman Trophy winners who have joined us in the first couple rows tonight, eager to welcome in the 83rd winner of the Heisman Trophy. Pete Dawkins just must be beaming with pride. Army West Point, what an Army-Navy game this afternoon. The Black Knights of the Hudson winning a late touchdown and a missed field goal. You got bragging rights over Roger Staubach, right? Billy Sims, part of a vocal. Where's the boomer, Billy? A vocal?
Hey, don't worry about it. It's coming.
A vocal Oklahoma contingent tonight. You're always in a good mood on this night. I sense maybe your spirit's a little bit higher tonight. Doug Flutie is next to him, and because right after the show we're going to have a Heisman snowball fight out in Times Square. Flutie, you're my team captain. Can you still throw on the run? Still elusive? He's my team captain. These guys are in a good mood. We've got a lot of surprises for you tonight, and let's get right to the 3 finalists who are with our 2 Heisman-winning colleagues backstage. You got celebrating his 10th anniversary as a Heisman winner, Tim Tebow, and Desmond Howard from 1991. Fellas?
Well, we're with a bunch of vets back here, but there's one newbie in Bryce. And Bryce, what's going on in your mind right now?
Well, I mean, it's just hitting
I'm just so happy to be a part of this and being in this moment. It's just truly special, and to be here with these guys and witness all of you guys and just everything that we've done, it's just been amazing. I'm happy.
Well, tell me this, Lamar, you're an OG to this situation. Broke out your winter white, start with the bow tie. Have you showed these guys around New York? And tell me some of the favorite places that you like to visit when you're here.
Well, I did show these guys around New York. You know, me and Baker was the last year. I didn't get a chance to go around with Bryce, But my favorite place, I don't really have one. I just like the little tour around Manhattan, on the bus. That's the only part.
You like the tour, huh?
Yeah, I like it.
Hey, Baker, you're someone on the field that always plays with an edge. But coming back to the Heisman from last year and not winning it, do you have an edge coming in here tonight?
No, I'm just having fun, enjoying it. Being around a couple Heisman winners in here, 3 of them to be exact.
But are you ready for it to be 4?
We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
Hey, Bryce, I was talking to your brother. He said you guys are very competitive. You guys used to compete at everything growing up. Madden, doing commercials. There was a piece of bacon. The last piece, who would get the piece of bacon?
It got to be me. Well, it depends the year. I'm going to be honest with you, because I hit my growth spurt late. So he was a little early bloomer, so, he might try to knock me around a little.
Yeah.
But I was real sneaky, though, so I might sneak back and, might take something here or there.
He said that was like your favorite item on the...
Oh, yeah, back in the day. I was a little chubby back in the day.
I'll tell you what, at ESPN, Des is always getting the last piece of bacon. Chris, man, we're having fun back here. Over to you, man.
We hope you all bring home the bacon to the next level. Thank you, Tim. One of our colleagues who has a great affection for the Heisman Trophy, great knowledge of it, is Joe Tessitore. Joe tonight is calling Top Rank Boxing just about 11 blocks south of the PlayStation Theater down at Madison Square Garden. If you want to take the 2 or the 3 train, it's just one stop downtown. But Tess has his thoughts on a very interesting Heisman Trophy race here in 2017. Tess?
Chris, I'm down here at Madison Square Garden because we have the Lomachenko-Rigondeaux World Championship fight tonight. But don't you worry, we have the technology to still bring you the Heisman touchscreen and explain to you just why this Heisman season was much like a championship fight with a power punch and a knockdown in the middle rounds. Let's get right to it. And I want to show you week 9 because Saquon Barkley was leading in the polling, but then came that game against Ohio State. He lost, was underwhelming. The following week, Michigan State, he loses, didn't put forth his normal performance, and it really opened up the door for the ultimate power punch of this Heisman season. That came with Baker Mayfield in Bedlam. A superb performance of nearly 600 passing yards, the 5 passing touchdowns, the 6 total touchdowns, and that scored the knockdown. But we had a contender that was steady and solid, and no matter how much damage he took, Bryce Love of Stanford kept getting off the bench and putting forth performances like we saw in Week 11 against Washington, always coming off the stool to keep punching. What I was most astounded by as to how we arrived at 3, we've been following the voting trends for nearly a decade. Voters love to support candidates who are playing for the postseason. But for the 2nd year in a row, Lamar Jackson was right there, and you couldn't deny what his stats were. Like Week 12 against Syracuse, balanced passing and rushing attack, and all the touchdowns. We have 3 great fighters in that front row.
All right, Tess, thanks. Results in about 45 minutes. Folks, please welcome to the stage our 3 Heisman Trophy finalists for 2017. Now, in front of them is the actual Heisman Trophy that's going to go home with the winner tonight. Mar, where is your trophy from last year? Is it getting good hands?
Well, I left it down with my mother. She keeps it wiped down and stuff like that. So
I'm sure she does. They've made modifications over the years. This is a 6,000-year-old method to mold this bronze thing. But, Bryce, over the years, they've made some modifications. The stiff arm, a little bit different angle. They now have laces on the shoe. How do you rate the form?
I give it a 10 out of 10. Coach G would talk about his ball security a little bit. But
well, this is a 1935 field. It's kind of cute. I don't think this is for fast guys like you these days. Baker, question. Do you happen to know where this Heisman Trophy was manufactured?
Oklahoma City.
Oklahoma City. You had that answer ready.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't when Billy Sims won it. For the last dozen years, these Heisman Trophies have been made in the state of Oklahoma. Happens to be the same company that makes the Big 12 Championship Trophy, which you've won a couple of times already. So just a piece of trivia for you. Two guys, my colleagues, who love this night as much as I do, Kirk Herbstreit and Lee Corso, back in the room.
All right, Chris, appreciate it. And what a big night. I know this is one of your favorite nights. It's a quick thought on all three candidates. I know you want to talk about Lamar. I'll talk real quick about Bryce Love. I don't know if people realize it, didn't get a chance to watch Stanford this year. Almost 2,000 yards rushing, averaging over 8 yards a carry this year for Stanford. Not to mention the pressure to fill the shoes of Christian McCaffrey, and all with a high ankle sprain from the Oregon game on. Kid had an unbelievable year.
Well, stat-wise, Lamar Jackson will go down as the best all-around football player, quarterback that's ever played the game. Ever. Listen, in 2 years, he's had more yards passing, running, and then touchdowns responsible. The guy's a great football player, and not a bad resume. He's got one of these at home, right?
Yeah.
Lamar Jackson could be one of the great football players ever.
Yeah, I'm glad he's back here after the year that he had. His team didn't quite have the same year, but he deserves to be here without a doubt. And then there's Baker Mayfield, been talked about all week. You know, the attitude that he plays with. And just watching him play these last 3 years, I don't know if I've ever seen a player where the defense, the coaches, the entire offense seem to feed off of his energy. So we can talk and brag about his stats all night. But watch him when he plays in this Rose Bowl, and if they get a chance in the championship, watch how he wills his team, and hopefully he keeps playing with that edge, Chris, that we've been seeing for the last 3 years. It's been a lot of fun.
Edge is the word, and leadership, all the things you guys talked about, the ingredients are all there. So, the three finalists, as chosen by the 929 Heisman Trophy balloters, Lamar Jackson, Bryce Love, and Baker Mayfield, taking their seats, and we'll get to dive into their stories and meet some of the folks who've shaped their journeys here as we continue from New York. Later on ESPN, stay tuned for SportsCenter, the Heisman recap, including a sit-down with the winner and reaction to the Giancarlo Stanton to the Yankees trade. That's today on ESPN and the ESPN app.
All season long, we have spoken their names, sung their praises, scrutinized every run and every throw. We have compared them from a distance. Tonight, finally, they stand shoulder to shoulder in the same place at the same time. College football's big-time stars in the world's big-time city.
Hi, my name is Carol Pisano, and I'm one of 9 trustees who volunteer their time to protect the integrity of the Heisman, ensure its longevity, and guide its charitable mission. As you can see from the quality of this year's finalists, it's been a great year on the college football field, which means a great year for the Heisman. But it's also been a great year for the Heisman off the field. This year, the Heisman Trust has donated more than $2 million to charities that serve the less fortunate, including thousands of dollars to benefit hurricane victims. We could not have accomplished this without the generous support of our premier sponsor, Nissan, our television sponsor, ESPN, Wendy's, which sponsors our remarkable high school Heisman program, the New York Marriott Marquis, Deloitte, which has tabulated the votes that will determine tonight's Heisman Trophy winner, and our previous Heisman winners, whose presence this weekend furthers the Heisman's charitable mission. So remember, when you think Heisman, think excellence on and off the field.
I have a bad feeling about this.
Breathe. Just breathe. Now reach out.
And hit the propellant button.
See Star Wars: The Last Jedi in theaters December 15th.
Maybe we should prove it with the White House.
Oh, we're going to do this again. You're talking about exposing years of government secrets.
Is that legal?
What is it you think we do here for a living, kid?
Do you have the papers?
If we don't publish, we will lose. The country will lose. The way they lied, those days have to be over. The Post, rated PG-13. At Sales, we believe a diamond kind of love is all about that look. Right there. Shop the perfect gift event to save 30% off everything. Now through December 14th. 'Tis the season to save and sparkle more than ever. At Sales, the Diamond Store.
don't just live in this world. We gather it, we hunt it, and we take it apart, and we build it for the better. We're more than a family. We're a way of life. Passed down from one generation to the next. Tell the lost, we will find them. Tell the horses, let's run. Grab your Carhartt and join us. Winter's begun.
Despicable Me 3 with an all-new mini movie. Available now on Blu-ray and digital. Rated PG. The Heisman Trophy presentation is presented by Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy, and in part by the Heisman Trust. Honored to recognize Ernie Els, 2017 Heisman Humanitarian.
And we're pleased to have Ernie Els join us here. It's a tremendous
2017 Heisman Humanitarian.
Followed up a sophomore season as the youngest Heisman winner by a few days, surrounded by new starters. He was targeted, he was trash talked, and he just shrugged it all off with smiles. He met all the pressure without pressing or stressing. In all the metrics that matter most, he had a better season. Lamar led the nation in total offense, the first to surpass 3,000 yards passing and 1,000 yards rushing in 2 seasons. And in the Cardinals bowl game, he's going to go past 9K in the air and 4K on the ground.
To storm into the sport, claim center stage as a teenage revelation, and then sustain an insane standard and elevate performance. That proved his polish in the pocket, eyes, feet, and shoulders in harmony. Finesse of the fade is a new part of his arsenal, and his sequel season gave us more Lamar lightning strikes.
Jackson now sets, loops one downfield. Smith has the step, goal, touchdown!
He can still take us back to a simple sandlot, outside structure, off script, beyond imagination.
Yeah, more plays that will live forever in our imagination. So Lamar improved on his Heisman season. What about improving the trophy itself? Well, some of Lamar's young friends had a chance to give some very fresh ideas. Lamar took the very trophy he walks past every day to go to meetings and to go to lunch to their school.
The winner is Lamar Jackson of the University of Louisville.
People think this is an individual award, but the thing I love the most is sharing. So in that spirit, I took the trophy down to the West End School here in Louisville. So y'all boys, what's up? How y'all doing? How y'all feel about the trophy? Y'all can left it? Y'all think y'all left it? Yes. Okay, so I'm gonna try you first. I want you to try first. Come on. Here you go. Here you go. All right, just grab it right here. You got it? Oh yeah. When did you train yourself?
Oh my gosh.
What do you like about the trophy?
Even if it's like very old, it still looks nice.
It remind me of a ladybug. Everything in the world just reminds you of a ladybug because of the spike, huh? Okay. What you don't like about it?
He looks so serious. Everybody's laughing over him, and he's just like the only serious one with his team. I wish it would be like gold.
Gold, oh, that'd be dope. I like that. Yeah, I like that. Diamond?
Diamond and gold, yeah.
Real diamonds?
Yeah. Like Rolex.
Oh, man.
If I had a Rolex on top of it. If I had
A Rolex?
on the neck, for real.
On the neck?
On his neck.
Oh, God, he going crazy. You gotta give me your best pose. My turn?
Yeah. He's gonna do it.
My turn. If this is how I do it. That's better, that look good. Yeah. With the West End School, and we're signing out here. 1, 2, 3.
All three of these guys have just a great way with kids. What do you think of the selection, the idea of diamonds and a Rolex on the trophy? We're not too sure about that.
I don't know. I think this looks...
He is, but he might face some of the same questions whenever he goes to the next level as well.
He might, but he's quieting some of those doubters. Lamar, what do we think about this Rolex and this Heisman?
I'm digging it, but we have to move it a little bit.
Okay.
Put it on the wrist for the kids.
There you go. It might fit him. I think that's a little bit small for you.
Yeah, it won't fit me. We're going to just leave it like that.
Yeah, you leave it like that. I think it's totally fine. Lamar, when we talked this offseason, we were talking on the phone, and the number one thing that you wanted to ask me and talk about is, hey, we both wanted as sophomores, coming back to your junior year, what's the mentality that you have to have? And we would sit down and we would talk about it, and we would talk through it. And I was so proud of you this year because you didn't let the pressure and the hype get to you, but you were focused on being a better quarterback. How did you do that?
Well, I just try to stay humble about the situation. I know I had a trophy, and, people going to look at me different and stuff like that. I want to see if I look at myself as on a higher pedestal, but I don't belittle anyone. I feel each and every one the same person, boys and girls, we just humans, So I just went on, I just stayed humble, like I said. And my teammates looked at me like, we got to win the national championship, and that's how we went into the season. But injury just stopped that, that's all.
And your teammates do look at you as a leader, and you always wanted to improve. How did you change and adjust to become even more of a dynamic leader?
Well, I'm going to start off with practice. Usually, I look up the field, make one read, and just keep the ball too long, get sacked. Coach always give me my head, throw the ball away and stuff like that. So I just try to be a better quarterback, get good pocket progression and stuff like that, go to my check downs, get the ball out my hand.
When you finished high school, very few teams wanted you to be their quarterback in college. Only got a few offers. You've proven so many doubters wrong. Now, if you listen to all the experts, they want to doubt you going to the next level. Where do you see yourself in the next level?
I see myself as a quarterback, just like I did throughout my life. I've always been a quarterback, never played any other position. I don't look forward to playing any other position. Straight quarterback, that's all I know.
Well, I tell you, Lamar, I love that.
Yes, sir.
I tell you what, I'm not going to question it, and I'm not doubting him, Chris.
There's no time for Lamar to doubt himself. Thank you, Lamar and Tim. Last night here in the PlayStation Theater, Wendy's handed out honors to the top male and female high school athletes in the country, and the winners are in the audience tonight. Soleil Gaylord from Colorado, captain of cross-country, track and field, and the skiing teams, and Jackson Destine from Florida, all-district in wrestling, football, and track and field. Congratulations to both Jackson and Soleil. When we come back, we'll continue to meet the Heisman Trophy finalists here in New York City. You get to pick out some of their favorite spots. Lamar with the Atlas here in Midtown. Where else is Bryce Love going to be? Been in front of the Love statue here in Midtown Manhattan. And Baker headed right to Wall Street, where he could not resist a little touch against the arch rivals from Texas. So we'll move forward on Heisman Night from New York right after this.
Thunder Pacers at 7. Hornets Rockets at 9:30. Wednesday on ESPN.
I just got my cashback match. Is this for real? Yeah. We match all the cashback new card members.
We cross the wish off the list and carefully plan our surprises. We pick up on hints and find the best values and brands right where we expect them. We sneak in a few stocking stuffers, give Santa some serious competition, and package up our perfect gifts perfectly. Together, we make sure every two has a from. Right now, get this Husky Mechanics tool set for just $99, only at the Home Depot. More saving, more doing. Do you remember Helen Baxter?
She was like a sexual ninja. She's our mom. All we did was cuddle.
Operation Who's Your Daddy begins.
Let's go.
Hello.
Got a runner!
You shot Dad.
My spider senses is tingling.
Who's adding as a person?
I'm all right. Father Figures. Rated R. December 22nd.
Tonight, Two of the top pound-for-pound fighters collide for the WBO Junior Lightweight World title. Vasily Lomachenko and his high-tech fists defend his belt against undefeated Guillermo Rigondeaux. Gold medal winners square off in a historic night of boxing. Top-ranked boxing tonight at 9 on ESPN.
The holidays are here. Enjoy a taste of the season.
Good evening from Nissan and the Heisman Trophy Trust. I'm Neil Everett. All season long, Nissan has brought fans of college football closer to the game and the Heisman Trophy itself. And today in New York City, college football fans got to experience what one lucky winner will tonight. What it's like to be up close and personal with one of the most prestigious awards in all of sport. Let's take a look. Heisman! That often sees the game's ultimate underdogs transformed into heroes in the sport. And tonight will be no different when the 2017 winner is announced. From all of us at Nissan, good luck to the finalists.
And welcome back to New York with a magical look in a wintry night. Half state of bathed in sunshine for the Rose Bowl games on Northwestern Mutual on New Year's Day. Oklahoma and Georgia meet for the first time, a very big stage for Baker Mayfield. Then Clemson and Alabama, the grudge match, rubber match in the All-State Sugar Bowl. Semifinals on New Year's Day. Tonight we salute the silver anniversary of Gino Chiaretti's Heisman. Gino won a pair of national championship rings at the U and 23 straight starts. The Hurricanes' tough distributor dominated the award season in 1992.
It off. Good night for the Heisman Trophy winner. What a let you fly. Torres throws it. Touchdown.
And Gino, congratulations. You're still watching your own highlights back there. You still enjoy that?
It's a long time ago. I have to remember.
You know what? It was a long time ago. And as proof of that, we've got a little video from the interview I did with you. You were lobbying hard for the Heisman. So was the Ibis mascot. This is on Biscayne Bay. Look at the hair.
I had some.
Yeah, you still have some of it. The Ibis mascot, they knew we were going to be out there at a certain time, came speeding by with the Toretto for Heisman sign. That was a fun day.
Good to reminisce. I mean, obviously, two great seasons. We were defending national champs then, and it's an awesome time.
You got your Heisman Brotherhood. The Brotherhood of ex-Miami players is also very powerful. You guys had to come together around the Canes' first 10-win season in a long time this year.
Well, I mean, you look 25 years ago, we started with Hurricane Andrew, so we were kind of decimated as a city back then, and then Hurricane Irma, this year kind of, and they rallied the troops, missed the game, but turnover chain, and the boys pulled it together for a fun season.
It was a fun season. We hope more fun seasons ahead down there at the U. What's important in your life? Like so many of these guys, you have important charity work that you're doing down there in your community.
Yeah, we have, tremendous opportunity as a Heisman Trophy winner. We created a Toretto Foundation that supports and funds ALS research and patient care down at the University of Miami. And we've had golf tournaments, coaches luncheons, and some of these guys have had a chance to come down, and we all support each other's fabulous causes.
Keep it up. We appreciate your work. Gina Trevitter, silver anniversary Heisman Trophy winner. Gina? You know, Bryce Love first opened eyes as a young sprinter in Wake Forest, North Carolina. He ran a 10.7300. That was a national record for a 14-year-old. They called him Baby Bolt. But he also had power and passion for football, and that's what took him to Stanford. After backing up Heisman runner-up Christian McCaffrey, this was Love's time. An almost 2,000-yard season, which began about 10,000 miles from Times Square in Sydney. A 30-28 pliable to shed, spin, slice through tags. He amassed almost 1,100 yards in 5 games before a high ankle sprain made the stretch run a weekly monument to pain management, carrying the Cardinal to a signature win over Washington.
Love running right, leaps over a man, Bryce left to the 5, Love, touchdown!
Love's will and grit kept him going and going, depleted but determined. No excuses, no complaints. And that drive was never about awards or records. It was about the bond and the brotherhood of never wanting to let them down. Bryce's first day at Stanford, he really made a connection. He found other studious, analytical prodigies just like him. He's plotting 2 future paths, pro running back and pediatrician. Tom Rinaldi witnessed Love's passion for both at a children's hospital this week.
Hi, hello. My name is Bryce. Do you play any sports? It's good to meet you, man.
So many people view your future as defined by football. You don't.
I mean, that is what I do is play football. But I feel like just being able to contribute to the world and just being there to take care of others would be amazing.
When you were younger, you had pneumonia.
Yeah.
If that turned out to be a transformative experience in your life,
I remember how bad I felt. And just coming to a doctor and making me feel better, just made me feel like he was a superhero. That's what really pushed me towards pediatrics. Just wanting to work with kids and being able to assist them in their time of need.
You're spending some time in a stem cell lab.
Yeah.
What is that like?
It's amazing. I'm not incredible at the different techniques and all that yet, but just being able to see how they theorize is amazing and important to me.
Part of the Bryce Love legend is the disparity between the 40 time and the GPA.
Oh, high school, it was actually,
your GPA
was higher than the 40. GPA was 4.5 and 40 was 4.3 in there.
How does somebody get a 4.5 GPA in high school?
A lot of A's. Good A's, yeah. Took some AP classes here and there.
If you do become a doctor someday, you're going to be called Dr. Love. That's a pretty sweet name.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I messed with it. It's nice. It's going to be a good one.
You could see there by the question that I asked and the answer that we got from Bryce, why he's where he is. Bryce Love and Chris and Angela, his mom and dad. There's a lot of folks out in this country, mom and dad, who are going to be asking this simple question without a simple answer. Chris, I'll start with you. How do you raise a young man like this?
Well, first thing is I think it takes a village to raise a young man like this. We were so blessed to have positive role models around him and all of his athletics. We really tried to keep it positive with him, and he was great at setting goals.
Angela, we saw that Bryce played through more than half the season with that high ankle sprain, displaying incredible toughness. What's the origin of that kind of grit?
I would say it's just his commitment to his team, his commitment to himself in order to be the best that he can be, and his overall commitment to trying to excel.
Bryce, when we were talking and walking through the hospital in Atlanta, I asked you, as a doctor, what advice would you give to a young man with a high ankle sprain medically who said, I want to continue to play college football week after week without rest at the highest level? What would you have told your patient?
Well, I would have had to look him in the eye and see where his heart was at, to be honest. But if he had motivation and wanted to go out there and do it, that's just part of the game. Injuries are a part of the game, and you ultimately have to push through them. And that's just for the love of the team and the love of everybody around me made me drive to do that.
I have the mindset that I have to get better at everything. That is something that you said this season. We've thrown a lot of praise your way. Mom and Dad, what's something he needs to get better at?
Dad. Oh, man, that's good. We got to get rid of the candy.
You got to call me out like that on TV.
Mom?
Few more phone calls home.
Oh. That's where we can see you, a young man who stays grounded. The candy and the calls home.
Yeah.
Bryce, a spectacular season, and congratulations to you and your brother, Chris, as well.
Yes.
Well done. We hope you really enjoy the night.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Chris?
Yeah, he always addresses his weaknesses, so always room for improvement, Tom. Thank you. We're going to be hearing Touchdown Love, and then someday, I hope, Paging Dr. Love. Another West Coast Heisman was won 50 years ago. This is the golden anniversary of Gary Beeben, the gutsy UCLA quarterback who stood out even during a golden era for sports in L.A.
People have always come to Los Angeles to have fun and seek stardom, and the 60s were no exception. It was an era ruled by college superstars. Terrific Tom Seaver and O.J. Simpson were USC Trojans. Arthur Ashe graduated from UCLA, and a kid named Lou Alcindor arrived in Westwood. But among them all, it was UCLA quarterback Gary Beeben, who they called the Great One.
Here's Beeben, and another strike, and for UCLA, touchdown.
On November 18, 1967, Beeben led the Bruins into the Coliseum to face Simpson and the Trojans. They lost by 1 point. But 50 years later, what people remember about that game is Beeben gritting his teeth through the searing pain of torn rib cartilage and throwing for 301 yards. Columnist Jim Murray wrote, if Gary Beeben wins the Heisman Trophy, they should fill it with aspirin. The Great One, engraved in bronze.
An LA legend saluted in Times Square tonight. Gary Beeben, Heisman winner a half century ago. We send our congratulations.
Let's finish this. We got a spark. It'll light the fire. It'll burn the festival down.
On December 15th, the epic saga continues.
Fulfill your destiny.
Rated PG-13. Get tickets now.
About that look right there. Shop the perfect gift event to save 30% off everything. Now through December 14th. 'Tis the season to save and sparkle more than ever. At Sales, the Diamond Store.
Tom Brady, the GOAT, greatest of all time. Let's go! And the Patriots look once again like they are the team to beat in the AFC.
You gotta set the edge over here and play with power inside.
But this New England dynasty knows anything can happen when you come to the heat of Miami late this season.
Monday Night Football, Patriots, Dolphins, Monday, 8:15 Eastern on ESPN.
Are you ready?
The Playmaker meets top dogs in the SEC. And the rematch, part 3, the college football playoff semifinals, New Year's Day on ESPN.
hello, Cox Home Life. No emergency. Just an escape attempt by my daughter. How you doing, Marty?
Hi, Dad.
My secret word? Nighthawk. Later, Trevor.
Bye, Mr. Roberts.
Get Cox Home Life with 24/7 professional monitoring plus free starter equipment, including an HD camera. Ask about free pro install.
At Sam Adams, we salute those people who did that thing. Built that thing, tried that thing, messed that thing up, then tried it again. For all the people who believe in going for it, failing, improving, who do their thing the same way we do ours. Because life isn't about whether your glass is half full or half empty. It's about filling it up. Sam Adams, fill your glass.
Welcome back to the 2017 Heisman Trophy presentation, presented by Nissan.
Thank you, Black Violin. All the folks in here appreciating these guys bringing the energy for us tonight. Well, all of his Heisman brothers want to join us in congratulating Steve Spurrier, his second induction into the College Football Hall of Fame. 31 years ago, went in as a player, of course. Now this week goes in as a coach, one of 4 guys in history to earn that honor. Steve, congratulations. His fellow Hall of Famer, Ricky Williams, is here, former All-Pro within the last year, a Texas graduate in educational psychology. Ricky, in a very good place right now. Good to see you, my friend. Well done. And Archie Griffin down here in the front row, always more in the spotlight when a guy has a chance to repeat as a Heisman Trophy winner. Still the only back-to-back man in 74 and 75. Who better to chronicle the very few who have savored a once-in-a-lifetime experience more than once?
Of the nearly 400 men to finish in the Heisman top 5, only 6 have done so 3 times. The storied tandem of Blanchard and Davis both did it for Army in the 40s when the Black Knights ruled the game. Some climbed the ladder, like Herschel Walker, 3rd in 1980, 2nd the following year, and the winner in 82. Tim Tebow burst onto the scene as the award's first sophomore winner in 2007, then got to New York each of the next 2 seasons. SMU's Dirk Walker bookended 2 third-place finishes by winning the Heisman in 1948. It's an honor to have my name mentioned alongside these legends. 5th in 1973, and the Heisman recipient in 74 and 75.
You know, Archie's era, very few folks had a chance to repeat because seniors dominated the award for about 4 decades. But in the last 10 years, Heisman Trophy is won by 4 juniors, 4 sophomores, 2 freshmen, and no seniors since Troy Smith. And before Baker Mayfield, the last guy to finish top 4 in the Heisman for 3 seasons was the great Herschel Walker. So Baker launched his senior season already as a proven winner. But for a guy who's always been driven to disprove the doubters, it was still pretty easy for him to find that emotional fuel to keep him going. He's been doing that ever since he was a young guy, believe me. No one who has ever won the Heisman Trophy has began his journey as a walk-on. Baker has walked on twice. Here's Ryan McGee with part of a profile produced by E60.
When Baker Mayfield took over the reins of starting quarterback during his junior year at Lake Travis High School, he stood 5'10" and weighed 170 pounds. Over the next 2 seasons, he led his team to a 25-2 record and won a state championship. What kind of interest did you get from colleges?
Rice was my first one. Florida Atlantic, and then Washington State. No offense to those schools, as they were the ones that respected me in the first place, but I wanted to play a bigger ball.
So Baker took a chance and walked on at Texas Tech.
Mayfield to the end zone. Caught, touchdown.
Where he led the Red Raiders to a 4-0 start in the top 25 ranking. Then, week 5, Tech is facing Kansas.
And Mayfield is holding his knee.
Baker felt like he had played well enough to have earned that starting job. Then they go to a bowl, and Baker's finally fully healthy, feels like he's ready to go, and Cliff Kingsbury says it's going to be an open competition.
At that time, I felt like I had lost their trust, and I didn't feel right, didn't feel at home anymore.
Mayfield left Texas Tech on December 13th, 2013. Once again, he chose to walk on, this time for his childhood team, the Oklahoma Sooners. So, how did this work? Did you knock on Coach Stoops' office and go, hey, do you remember me from Lubbock?
It was actually in this room right here. They had a team dinner.
They had a team dinner that day.
They had it. I wasn't a part of the team yet. There comes Coach Stoops. So I walked up to him. I said, hey, Coach, I'm Baker Mayfield. I want to play for you.
I said, hey, I'm glad to meet you. I know who you are, and, you know, I'm glad you're here, and you'll have every opportunity all these other guys are going to have.
Mayfield throws right side, wide with Shepard. Touchdown, Sooners. Oh, mama.
He grabbed the reins and went with it.
Touchdown, Sooners.
I set the tone. You know, I played an up-tempo. I talk trash. I want to get the very best out of everybody on the team.
Baker Mayfield, he's a magician.
Yeah, 41 touchdown passes, just 5 interceptions. Now, Baker says he's at his best playing with an edge, on the edge, occasionally, briefly, over the edge, just a little bit. But he always brings the fire, brings the fun, and somehow it only sharpens focus. Tinkering, fine-tuning, earning a PhD in pre-snap adjustments, becoming a high-speed link between play caller and playmaker. Baker and the Sooners are surgical. Hard work improved his pocket accuracy. He's shattering his own FBS record for yards per attempt.
Baker looks right, head and shoulder fake. He's going to run it himself. No, he throws late. Caught, Sermon, reaching, touchdown!
And when the script must be scrapped, he's an ad-lib wizard with fast wheels. There's no one better than Baker at freewheeling and dealing. His legacy, performing under high pressure with pure joy. Who else in football is having this much fun? Grew up loving the program, which Heisman tradition began with the late Billy Vessels, Steve Bowen, Billy Sims, with the hair in the middle, Jason White. Baker remembers watching that ceremony, and of course, Sam Bradford. Tom?
Chris, thank you very much alongside Baker right now. A pretty big night for you, and so you have to make some wardrobe decisions. But you decided to wear one particular pin on your lapel. Talk about its significance and why you're wearing it tonight.
I got the glasses right here, and a lot of people don't know that Brandon Burlsworth was considered the greatest walk-on to ever play college football. Walked on to Arkansas, earned a scholarship that they basically told him he was never going to play, and it's a sad story. He wound up, you know, he had a great season. He was an All-American his senior year, then got drafted by the Colts, I think 63rd overall pick, and then after training camp, he was driving back home and got killed in a car accident. So it's the event they have for best college football player that started as a walk-on, and so fortunate enough to have been going to that ceremony the past 3 years, and it's something I want to represent.
What can a walk-on know that a scholarship guy just can't? If anything.
Well, I just think there's something to be said about, you know, having to earn it. You know, not saying that scholarship guys don't work hard to get a scholarship, but really having to scrap and claw, you know, just from personal experience, living in the normal dorms, not getting all the things that scholarship guys did, it's just a little bit different.
You've apologized for what you've called some mistakes over the past year. But what, if anything, would you change?
You know what? I've apologized for mistakes and I've moved forward. And for me, it's about learning. You know, I'd rather be who I am and let people know that I'm a 23-year-old kid that's having fun, but at the same time, I have a lot of room to grow. And I'm proud to be where I'm at, but I don't have it all figured out. I'm enjoying the moment and trying to be the best possible person I can be.
Cameras on you, watch virtually every move, but there weren't very many cameras, if any, who caught a particular moment this season with a young girl named Mackenzie Asher, who came in and had a visit with your teammates and with you, 11 years old, suffering from leukemia. She passed just a few days ago. You decided to dedicate the rest of this season to her. Why?
Oh, she's a girl that biggest heart I've ever met. Coach Stoops and Coach Riley were fortunate enough to meet her and build a relationship. And although my time with her was not as long as they got to know her, he really showed never to take anything for granted. She was in pain, a lot of pain, suffering from leukemia, and she came to the games, and I got to meet her and gave her a headband, and she loved that, just putting a smile on her face. I didn't make her day; she made mine, and she's now watching over us. She's going to be watching over the OU football program, and so there's a sweet angel up there with a big heart.
We see the passion in the performance all the time. We see how electrifying, but we also see the depth of the young man. Tremendous season, Baker.
Thank you.
Chris?
You're here, Tom. All these three finalists have so many complex, different sides to them. We hope you've enjoyed having some of that revealed to you tonight. But now it's time for the announcement. After this break, we'll learn the winner of the 83rd Heisman Trophy. Please have all the Heisman Trophy winners. There are no former winners. There are just Heisman Trophy winners. Guys, please come up to the stage right now, form the circle, and welcome in the new member. The big announcement from New York City on Heisman Trophy night coming up very soon.
Braking. It stopped for you. Standard on Nissan's most popular models. Hurry, the 2017s are almost gone. Lease the Rogue family for $159 per month. See Star Wars: The Last Jedi in theaters December 15th.
Over a year ago, I was diagnosed with advanced non-small cell lung cancer.
A true story with Keytruda.
My world came crashing down.
Come on, kids.
But I was not ready to give up.
After testing for high levels of PD-L1, I started on Keytruda.
In a clinical study, Keytruda offered patients a longer life than chemotherapy, and it's an immunotherapy that can be your first treatment. Keytruda is for adults with non-small cell lung cancer that has spread, who test positive for PD-L1, and whose tumors do not have an abnormal EGFR or ALK gene. Keytruda can cause your immune system to attack normal organs and tissues in your body and affect how they work, and may be serious and lead to death. See your doctor right away if you experience new or worsening cough, chest pain, shortness of breath, diarrhea, severe stomach pain or tenderness, nausea or vomiting, rapid heartbeat, increased hunger or thirst, constipation, dizziness or fainting, changes in urine, changes in eyesight, muscle pain or weakness, joint pain, rash, itching or flushing, as this may keep these problems from becoming more serious. These are not all the possible side effects of Keytruda. Tell your doctor about all your medical conditions, including immune system problems, or if you've had an organ transplant, or lung, breathing, or liver problems.
I used to take the small things for granted. I don't anymore.
Living longer is possible. It's true. Keytruda from Merck. Ask your doctor about Keytruda, with more FDA-approved uses for advanced lung cancer than any other immunotherapy.
This December, you can give the gift that will warm up your holidays. Despicable Me 3, with an all-new mini movie. Available now on Blu-ray and digital. Rated PG.
Nick Young, the Cavs-Warriors finals rematch is a gift to the world. I would like to return the favor, so tell Santa a few things you'd like for Christmas.
I want a win.
Okay.
Triple-double will be great. At least 48 points. Clean block on LeBron.
Oh, yeah.
I would like for you to take me to space.
Oh, sounds fun. All right, well, we got you this gift card.
The Heisman Trophy presentation is presented by Nissan, premier partner of the Heisman Trophy, and in part by the New York Marriott Marquis, the ultimate Times Square experience, and Capital One. Log on to ESPN.com/BowlMania for a chance to win $1 million. And now back to your host, Chris Fowler.
And welcome back. Time now for the long-awaited handoff. These guys behind me, eager to welcome in a new member. From the 50s, Paul Hornung, Notre Dame. Pete Dawkins, West Point. From the 60s, Mike Garrett, USC. Steve Spurrier, Florida. From the 70s, Johnny Rogers, Nebraska. Archie Griffin, Ohio State. Tony Dorsett, Pittsburgh. Earl Campbell from Texas. And Billy Sims from Oklahoma. From the 80s, George Rogers, South Carolina. Mike Rozier, Nebraska. Doug Flutie, Boston College. From the 90s, Desmond Howard, Michigan. Gino Torretta, Miami. Charlie Ward, Florida State. Eddie George, Ohio State. Danny Werfel, Florida. Charles Woodson, Michigan. Ricky Williams, Texas. From the 2000s, Chris Winkie, Florida State. Eric Crouch, Nebraska. Tim Tebow, Florida. And Lamar Jackson from Louisville, who is down here in the front row. For the announcement, please welcome Heisman Trophy trustee Michael Comerford.
Thank you, Chris. Welcome. And a special welcome to all our former Heisman winners. Great to see you. I am delighted to be representing the Heisman trustees and the Heisman Trophy Trust in announcing the 2017 winner of the most coveted award in amateur athletics. The trust is charged with ensuring both the continuity and the integrity of the Heisman Trophy. The trust also supports the youth of our country through charitable donations made possible by Nissan and our other partners. To our finalists, on behalf of the former winners behind me and all the other former winners who couldn't make it tonight, we congratulate you for demonstrating the dedication, the discipline, and the athletic excellence the Heisman Trophy represents. You are all a credit to college football. And to the winner I am about to announce, relish the knowledge that you are now a member of the most elite athletic fraternity in the world, that your name will forever be associated with the legacy of being a Heisman Trophy winner. So once again, the finalists for the 2017 Heisman Trophy are
Lamar Jackson, the University of Louisville.
Runs it straight ahead. Jackson is away. They will not catch Lamar Jackson.
Bryce Love, Stanford University.
Bryce through a hole. It's a foot race, and guess who's going to win? Bryce Love, touchdown.
Baker Mayfield, the University of Oklahoma.
Baker back. Gonna throw deep. Wide open. He's got it. It's a touchdown. Baker Mayfield. It's over.
And now, I am proud to announce that this year's Heisman Trophy winner is Baker Mayfield of the University of Oklahoma.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Nice to meet you. Coach, good to see you. Appreciate you. Thank you.
You know how I feel. Move, baby. Move. Way to represent.
Thank you.
Way to represent.
Thank you. Appreciate this. Thank you. Thank you. Good to see you. Thanks, Ed. Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it. Thank you. Good to see you. Yes, sir. Thank you. And look, there you go. Thank you, Billy, for lightening the mood. Wow. This is unbelievable for me, you know, being up here among these greats. It's something that words can't even describe unless it's them. I mean, God has put me in a position to, I've been so blessed, and all the time, I wonder why, but it's such an honor, and to be up here, I really appreciate it. It's unbelievable. So, first, I'd like to say congratulations to Bryce. Good season, man. I mean, heck of a year. I mean, you played well. I mean, so yeah. And then getting to know your family as well. A heck of a family. No wonder you turned out great, man. And so, congratulations. Keep balling. And then Lamar, good to see you again, man. No. And you know, I love your family. I mean, you guys are special people. So I enjoyed being around you guys. You know, now I'd like to thank the Heisman Trophy Trust. I mean, you guys put on a great event year in and year out. And it's an honor just to be here and to win. It's a blessing. I appreciate you guys, everybody that helps out in this event. It's awesome. It's awesome. I love it. To my big boys up front that protect me, you got Zeus, Cody Ford, Ben Powers, Eric Wren, Drew Samia, and Bobby Evans. Boys back home, wouldn't happen without you. Appreciate you more than you know. Keep the physicality. We got 2 more, so we're worried about that. But this one's for you guys. And then to my receivers and running backs, make my job easy. Playmakers. Wouldn't trade you guys for anybody. That's who I picked from being in the foxhole with. Love you guys. And then, you know what, our defensive guys as well. No, I don't play with them, but they challenge me every day. They get me better week in and week out, and also our scout team guys. Got respect for them. They challenge me. They keep me going. They keep it competitive during the week, and our team would not be where it's at without you. So thank you to you as well. I appreciate you. You know what? I'm proud to play behind those people. And then, you know, it's been a tough journey. They showed the videos. I walked on twice, and it's been a long journey. To my coaches back at Lake Travis, you guys instilled a work ethic mentality in me that has never left. It's only grown. And so I thank you guys back home. I think they won the playoff game tonight, so shout out to Lake Travis. And then, you know, everybody at OU, staff, welcome me in with open arms. And it's been the greatest thing to ever happen to me. And I can't thank everybody enough. You know what? You guys have pushed me to be the best. Everybody there, it's been a dream come true. There's a standard and tradition there that's set very high, and I wouldn't have it any other way. You know what? I got the strength staff that pushes me. You know what? I came in and wasn't the most physical specimen that you've ever seen, but they changed me, but really mentally they pushed me to be better. And the support staff and Coach Tiff and the nutrition team, you guys, I couldn't do it without you. There's a lot of people that, you know, put effort into this, and it's unbelievable. Coach Stoops, you welcomed a chubby, unathletic kid into the program with open arms. I wouldn't say that many would do that, but thank you. The thing that I'm most thankful for is hiring Coach Riley. The day that you did that changed my life, so appreciate that. Coach Riley, you've been a great mentor to me. Been through a lot together, so appreciate you. My family, love you guys. There were times that I had to move. You guys made sacrifice after sacrifice just so I could chase my dreams. Wouldn't be here without you. Love you. Like I said, sacrifice after sacrifice, you guys have instilled a mentality in me, the loyalty, and how to have a family that's second to none. I appreciate that. And then to all the Sooner fans back home, including Billy up here too. There he is. Yeah. It's been a dream come true to play at OU. You know, although I grew up in Austin, Texas, Ricky, you know, I was always Sooner born and Sooner bred, and You know, they say when I die, I'll be sooner dead, and I truly mean that. It's been a dream for me, and it's an honor to get to represent my school. There's many more people I could thank that have helped me get here, but it's unbelievable. I just want everybody to know I appreciate them. I can't name everybody because it's too many. It wasn't just me, and although that statue right there is going to have my name on it, it's more deserving to my team too, and my coaches. So appreciate you guys. You know what? And to the kids out there, don't give up. Don't ever give up.
Baker, congratulations and thank you for sharing your heart tonight. Your focus is always forward. That's the Rose Bowl in Georgia, but as some friends of ours from Oklahoma like to sing, take some time to waste a moment and savor what this is all about. You met your Heisman friends. Go lift your own Heisman trophy. That one is going back to where it was born, in the state of Oklahoma. Baker Mayfield, the 83rd Heisman Trophy winner.
Tom? Chris, a deeper look at the results tabulated, of course, by our friends at Deloitte. Baker won 78.8% of the first place votes. You take a look there at our top 5. Bryce Love, Stanford's 6th runner-up, most all time. They're 5th in the last decade. Mayfield 1st in each region. Love 2nd in each region. Lamar Jackson 3rd in each region. Baker also the winner of the Nissan fan vote. In terms of the highest percentage of possible points received, take a look at Baker Mayfield there. Since 1950, the 3rd highest percentage at 86%, only Troy Smith, Marcus Mariota. Again, we want to thank our friends at Deloitte for tabulating those results. Chris?
Tom, thank you. So, Vessels, Owen, Sims, Bradford, White, and Mayfield. Number 6 is the Sooners' 6th Heisman Trophy winner. Folks, thanks for joining us. Happy holidays, and so long from New York City on a snowy Heisman Trophy night, a night that belongs to Baker Mayfield and Oklahoma.